There's something different about this video, right? I decided to go full raw. I mean, I would edit, but then like just vlog for a change, because I know like the previous 3 videos that I have made is quite like edited, and I mean I try to keep it minimal, the editing, but then I just want to be more raw. I don't know how long I can do that, but let's go. I'm in a park today and I am just filming without any mic, without any tripod, just straight out of work. I came here and started filming, choosing a relatively quiet place. And the best part, I'm not even going to like recheck the clips. I say whatever I say, and this is like sort of an experiment, because of course I am again restarting my channel, so I have the liberty to experiment and see what works for the audience and for me. Just existing here and just being here and filming. And yeah, there is a lot of noise. I actually told somebody to move because I already sat at a place where like there were people and I didn't want to move anymore. So I mean I just had to say, but politely. But anyways, so I will go ahead with this video. This one is a special one because this is more like pouring my heart out kind of video, and that is exactly why I wanted to keep the essence of the video very raw and real. So let's get into it. Honestly, this video is going to be just me rambling about the thoughts that I have during my content creation process, or for example when I restarted this YouTube channel, or you know, the thoughts that I have at the back of my mind always, even though not conscious sometimes, about the dreams that I have seen for myself, and you know, so many things to do ahead, but then you're alone in the journey. You might not realize, but there are some kind of obstacles in your mind that you need to leave behind to, you know, move forward, right? And some of these thoughts that I'm going to share with you, which are like very you know, gibberish and just intertwined, tangled, and I want to get free of those, so I'm just going to share that with you. And if you think you will relate, then keep watching. So as a creator, we are full of imaginations, full of possibilities, right, of what we can achieve. We dream so big, and that's kind of like a superpower. Also, to dream of such huge possibilities, one needs a lot of hope. When you're not creating or actively dreaming of the goals, you have other thoughts, right? Thoughts about, you know, will you be ever able to achieve what you have dreamt of? Who is there to guide you? You have so many questions, actually a lot of big questions, and even under those questions there are so many underlying questions. While dreaming, you also feel a sense of scare within you. You don't know when you will achieve it, how you will achieve it, what to do next, and right now what probably you are doing wrong or what you're doing right, and what to do at this instant. You don't know whose advice to listen to because there are thousands of people giving you different advices. It's all really confusing. Really not enough answers for you. And, you know, when you see other people posting their successes and joys, you feel really happy for them, right? But then there is also a second feeling, and this is more of a silent feeling. It's an underlying one. You feel joy for them, and the second feeling is not jealousy. No, never. I mean, I can't even think of that. But you feel a sense of inspiration, right, looking at them as well, even though you are joyous for them. And there's like a little voice that tugs you and kind of like tells you very lightly, very slowly, that when is that going to be you? When are you going to be the one who achieves this? And I don't know about you, but whenever I see something inspiring, outside of the inspiration, it also, you know, gives me the challenge of me being in that position to be inspiring to others. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I actually wrote it down so that I don't mess up, because it should come out sharp, right? Like when I'm inspired, I'm equally challenged with the question of how I can use that inspiration to fuel me to inspire others. Now is a better. To give you a little context about like the type of content I've been creating for a while on the net. Content creation wave started in 2020, and we all know that that's when Instagram bloomed with reels, and a lot of people were creating funny and dance videos, which definitely did sell at that time because that was something required, since we were all in such a grave situation and we could really use some entertainment, right? But that is when I started to create serious content, and it was niched down to women empowerment. I was trying to speak to young girls, and I thought that was it. I mean, I was doing great that time, but definitely I only grew till a point where, of course, my friends supported, and then the other empowerment related pages that I followed and the people who were into this niche started to support me. And probably it did help people because I used to get good reactions, to it, that I did help somebody's day get better, through the posts. But definitely it was not something that was selling, or like it did not grow that time, and that's what I realize now. And but that time again, I was creating for myself more than I was creating. I was also creating because at the heart of any kind of content creation or anything that I do, I feel like it should add value to somebody, it should help out somebody, and if it is not, then that's not me. So definitely that was one of the goals, but it was also giving me a lot of joy. Loved creating the blogs on the website for it, because I was interviewing people from a lot of places all over the world, and that was something really new to me, which I had never done before. And yeah, so that gave me purpose. So again, it was like something that I was doing out of joy, which should be the goal when one is creating content. But oftentimes when you are someone who is trying to dabble between like creating for yourself and also trying to make an impact, which means creating for others, you have to find that perfect balance, right? Like on what sells, because if you're also trying to grow, that's like another third angle. And it's a very fine balance to kind of tread on, and you don't know at the end, like, who should you be creating content for? Should it be like the people, or should it be like for yourself? It should be a mix. Ideally it should be a mix of both, and then it will all be all naturally blooming and all. But you know what I mean. Since I do want to create for myself, that requires me to share stuff about myself, and I am not a very as opposed to opinions of people on me that I am an extrovert, but I'm also shy, and I would not like to share everything on social media. But again, sharing means that you're being authentic, right? So there's another fine thread to kind of tread on, what to choose, what should I ultimately be doing. So these are kind of thoughts, basically. You see, I'm rambling. Like, this is literally a personal diary that you're getting. And that's exactly what I meant before when I was saying raw. And I don't know how this video will perform, honestly. And I do care. But also, I feel like this is nice. This is very wholesome, right? To talk to the camera, which I have not done in a while. And I feel like I was always so conscious about how I'm speaking, what I'm speaking, perfect grammar, perfect way, perfect accent, and I don't know what all. So yeah, so anyways, coming back to the topic of that you don't want to share everything on social media, but you also want to self-express, and that requires you to share. So yeah, I see it as something that is connected, like creating for oneself and creating for others. It's cause that when you're giving value, it will come from you. So you have to know yourself, and it kind of roots back to what you can give also, right? What your capabilities are, who you are, and that's exactly what will translate you to give to others. So I think it's connected, of course, but sometimes, as a creator, you have thoughts like, you don't know what you're doing, what would actually work. So which one to care more about or care less about, or maybe balance it out. When we're talking about self-expression, that requires you to be very authentic and just be yourself. But again, who wants to hear you when you're a nobody on the internet, right? And when is that moment when you would start to matter? Which aspect of your story would start to matter? And when you will become a somebody? And honestly, when you're being that authentic and real and vulnerable, it takes a lot of effort, right? Because it's new to you. You don't know what you're doing on the internet, especially. So it takes a lot of effort and hard work. And sometimes you've heard that hard work necessarily doesn't pay off. You don't know yet if all of your dreams will come true or not. And that is honestly scary. Then you've also heard that what if it does? So you should try and you should not give up. So then what do? You have this dilemma to whether to continue or not. And that's why the creative community, because I thought to myself, like, I can't be the only one who would be having these questions and so many thoughts that are bothering me while I create content, and there has to be a way that I meet such kind of creators, right? Novice creators who might also have the same thought processes, questions, and also do not have a support or a circle to discuss this with. I also want to be part of their process, their thinking process, what kind of steps and measures they are taking to probably avoid it, and just be a support to each other. So this is for anybody who is starting to create content or even start their own business or initiative, or forget it, like even an Instagram page which they have been postponing for a while now. And I want to meet you all and really make something out of this initiative, And yeah, so if you're interested, please comment below or DM me on this handle, as I mentioned also in the previous video. And soon this community will be ready for you to join, so keep an eye out. So, what's it? Let's go for it.